Yeah. We've
Okay,
got
there we go.
3 Rainbow Six key giveaways and 3 closed Humble Bundle giveaways.
Oh, Jesus.
Closed beta Humble Bundles. Xoza's given all those away, actually. We're not doing that.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, let's see. So let's get to TweetDeck and get this out.
See what happens when you don't show up to the meetings, Xoza? You get voluntold for stuff.
Okay, Squishy, if you can, get him into the Hangouts.
Let's see. Invite people. Invite people. I don't think it's going to let me do it. I'm not the leader of the call. You want me to restart the call from my end?
No, it's cool. Give me one sec.
Your camera's out again, by the way.
Yeah, no, I turned it off.
Okay.
Okay, I need the URL for the group me. There it is. Okay, so that's the tweet out. And if so, just set it up right, it should go everywhere.
I hear Xoza talking act high.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I know.
Is there anything from the officer meeting that we need that you want to do for or talk about over the main cast, Xoza?
Which Xoza am I adding? I've got 2.
Invite them both and see which one opens. See which one answers.
I've got Xoza Shadow.
Xoza Shadow is probably the right one. Hey Xoza, is there anything from the officer meeting that you want to cover in the main group or in the cast?
Okay, I've got to mute that.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure because I'm still adding notes. We're gonna try to we're gonna get you the link here to the. Actually, I'll do that in a second.
Okay, so you should have had your Hangouts link.
Close these windows here. There you go. So the Shadow has joined the call.
Hey.
Oh my God! You cleaned off the shelf behind you. I'm amazed.
No, I didn't.
Okay, you organized it then. I'm just giving you shit. Don't worry about it. Why have you added draw? Xoza Shadow has added Google Effects. Use app.
I'll kill him.
I'm just clicking things.
Quit clicking things. Oh my God.
Okay, let's me get to the group me. Okay, all 3 of us should be in the AutoCast group me.
Check your Gmail here, Xoza. You're gonna have stuff coming in a second. Now the way we usually do this, as you can see at the top there, once you get it open, you'll see that everything's color coded. Basically, just whatever's colored for you, that's the stuff you're gonna do. So you're the black highlight with the white letters. Rick's the purplish color, and then I'm the green one.
Dude, I haven't gone by Rick in years.
That's how I've always known you. It's hard to break. Like I still fucking call Xoza Wes every now and again. It slips. Now, have you got the link for the Hangouts?
Yeah, it should be in GroupMe.
Oh, is it? Okay, I don't have GroupMe pulled up. That's why.
Yeah. See, this is what I said. All three of us should be in the GroupMe.
Okay.
Thanks to Angelin posting it.
Let's see. Sure. There we go. Let me do this. I'm just sharing the link. I'm gonna go over to the Extra Plays page here in a second and share it there too.
Okay. I should have actually already put it on the Ordo site. Yes, I have one. Okay, just need a general message sent out in TS, and then we are good. Oh, and Carvy's already done it. Okay.
Gotta open GroupMe.
Already been hitting the shout box too, right?
Yeah, I hit the shout box.
Okay. I just posted to As for Plays. Your
Thanks, Mission. We appreciate it, man. Okay, so let's get some sort of organized here.
Wonder how we're gonna do the giveaway.
Well,
This is giveaway was kind of a last minute thing.
See, Xoza, this is professionalism.
OrdoCast professionalism at its fucking best right here. Basically, what's going to happen, I think, since we have the Q&A thing going up.
Well, that only works if people are actually on the Hangouts one as well.
Well, I guess we're going to have to get them on the Hangouts thing then, huh? If they want to get in on the Q&A or on the giveaway.
Don't actually know if. Let's see. I'm just going to draw all over Xoza.
Apparently, nobody knows what the Hangouts Q&A is.
It should be. Take a look at Xoza Squish.
I know.
So print screen in that. It had to be done.
totally getting even for the Mion.
Oh, okay. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so that's out. The Q&A one's out. We've got 9 viewers. Okay, so I think we should begin. Maybe. Perhaps.
They said how long is the OrdoCast? They said generally 2 to 3 hours, but Xoza likes to ramble, so it might be closer to 12.
Nice.
I am still gonna get fucking fired.
Okay, let's do a quick audio levels check.
All right.
Go on this squishy. Here's
Mic
something
check.
to-
1, 2, 3. Check. Mic.
Okay, you're good.
Mic check.
Xoza. Okay, bump you up just a little. There we go.
I'm quiet. Sorry. And I had my mic muted the last 5 minutes.
OrdoCast professionalism at its best.
But Tish.
Okay.
Make sure you mute yourself in TeamSpeak too, otherwise we'll get reverb, Xoza.
I already did.
Okay.
Okay.
Or, I think.
You put yourself away, but I don't know if it's muted or not.
Oh, do you know what? It's fine. I'll just do that. Just mute TS itself.
Okay.
Oh, did anybody poke social media?
I hit tweet deck, and if it's set up properly, it should be everywhere by now.
Let's see. Facebook. Not on Facebook. Not your fault. I don't think that's set up yet, so.
You're fired.
You're
I fired.
set it up, but I don't know if it's working because I haven't tested.
Fired.
Okay. How do they access the Q&A stuff for Hangouts? They just got to click on that link, right?
Yeah, and as long as they're watching, they should have some sort of chat box or something or other.
Really, you called this? Oh no, it's Xoza.
Uh-huh. But you know what? It's fine, even if they don't use Q&A stuff. We've got Hangouts, so that's the whole point of like the group. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get. Well, yeah. Want to make sure everything works because we're still kind of testing all this stuff out. Angelin says he typed something in the QA box and it hasn't shown up yet.
You did?
Does it have to be approved?
No, it should just appear there.
I'm not seeing any questions anywhere.
Again, AutoCast professionalism at its best. Yeah, no, it's not showing up.
Okay, so it might be buggy.
Could be.
I don't know how live the QA stuff is or how new it is. Let me go over the QA page real quick, take a look at it.
We don't have time, man. Something we'll have to figure out for the next one.
Well, I think, okay, hang on. Odd. It's acting like it's a circles thing instead of a QA page, or it's a QA thing.
Yeah, seems to be.
Coffee says she can't even find the QA box.
Do you know what? It's something we'll have to figure out for next time.
Yeah.
Because we've really got to get started. Oh, hang on a minute.
Oh no, I
Odin's
figured it.
gone.
I figured it out.
Odin. Yeah, I see it.
Um,
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, while they're actually looking there, if they hit the 9 black, 9 white squares, kind of like what you get on Chrome, open your apps and then hit Q&A, it comes up there.
yeah, I see it.
Ask a new question.
He's gonna type in here in just a second.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Cool.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm gonna vote up.
Where's
Yep, it popped up. It's good. Test,
Okay.
yay. Sorry, that's
Yep.
not a question. We can't answer that.
There you go. Now you're rocking it, Angelin.
Yeah, and Odin's cracked it as well.
Fucking A, Bubba.
Okay then. You realise now people are going to spam that like crazy.
Go with it. It's fine. As long as they test it out and check it out, everything's cool.
Yeah, it works, and the answer report works as well. Okay, so we're about 10 minutes late already.
That's all right.
Let's see, so we've got people in GroupMe, and we've got them here. Come on, Kishi, you know what you're doing.
All right. You ready?
I have
Ready?
no idea what I'm doing.
Just go with the flow.
All right. OrdoCast is going to start in 3, 2, 1. Come one, come all to the single most exciting non-content patch in gaming. Why non-content? Have you ever listened to me for more than 5 minutes? If you haven't, consider yourself lucky. If you have, there's only one thing you can do. Stick wax on cotton, put it in your ears, and hope the gods the sirens crash your boat into the rocks. The OrdoCast, the only playlist on the net where Skynet and Mercury look at the new Cortana and go, holy fuck, we can't even fix that shit.
Welcome
Wow.
to the OrdoCast. So this is episode 10. Oh no, it's Xoza. That's right, we have the Imperator himself here with us. But
Say hi, Xoza.
Hi,
does he
Xoza.
have to? Really, does he have to? No.
I hope not.
I'm just going to draw all over him again. So, as those of you that know, Zo's actually been on an OrdoCast before a long, long time ago. He was a younger man back then, definitely better looking. I'm so gonna get demoted for that. But hey, he's back, and he is now the Imperator of Ordo Imperialis. Hi, Zoza.
Hi.
Hi. You gotta speak up, man. Speak up. He just sits there, being quiet.
I'm not gonna speak. If it's not picking me up, I don't know, whatever.
I think he's got a little stage fright.
Oh, this is also a little scared.
I hate cameras.
Wait, time out. You hate cameras, yet you do a live stream with your mug on it every single night at midnight.
It's necessary.
Oh,
Wait, look at his face.
What about it?
Never
It's,
mind.
it's hit for MP3 recordings. Let's put it that way.
Oh, man.
So yeah,
Okay.
welcome Xoza, our first guest applicant for the OrdoCast. We're gonna rip you to pieces.
Not like that's anything different from any other OrdoCast.
Good point. And here's my favourite bit, because now I get to bust on Xoza. Awards and promotions this week? There are none. Guess why? Xoza hasn't been doing his job. You're fired. You're fired, Xoza.
If we didn't love you, Xoza, we wouldn't pick on you.
I know. We've got some awards that I'll probably add this week or next week.
As long as Kavi remembers to put them in your memo box, right?
Some good call-outs to some individuals, and some awards that have been missing that just really need to be backdated.
Cool.
Awesome stuff. So, next OrdoCast, then we should have some new awards and some backdated awards to shout out.
Sweet. Does that mean we get to bring Xoza back next week so you can do that too?
I don't know. Do you think we can handle another week of Xoza?
I don't know. You think we could handle another week of you, Xoza?
Probably not.
Oh my god. Nope, fuck it. Nope, screw it. We're done.
Yep,
OrdoCast is cancelled. That's it.
It's over. The man that killed OrdoCast is sitting right there. Say thanks, everyone. Okay, so moving on to chapter news, we don't really have much because, yeah, Ordo professionalism. That should become a thing too. Hashtag Ordo professionalism. Although we do have some WildStar stuff, don't we?
Yes, we do, actually. I think Xoza has some shout-outs for that as well, so we'll get to that in a second.
Okay, well, it has been announced from over on PC Gamer that even though that WildStar is already among the prettiest of the MMOs you can play, it'll get even better looking from next week to coincide with the move to the free-to-play model on September 29th. NCSoft have announced that it's tweaked the game's lighting system, and the results are an impressive based on the screenshots provided.
Angelin has a question.
Uh-oh.
Actually, he has a couple of questions.
There's no answer for it. Sorry.
Okay, well, here's the thing. What they're asking is, Angelin wants to know why do you have a bottle that's only 2/5 in reality behind your head?
And this is where he turns.
How full that is.
I think what Angelin wants to know is why in the hell have you finished drinking it yet?
And no, Carvey, no, you can't
prop.
take over.
There we go.
Well, you know what? Javi can take over, but she actually has to get on cam to come do Zoza's job.
Yes, exactly.
So, do you still want to take over, Kavi? There's a 30-second delay, so we'll get to that one in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to that one. So, while we're waiting for that, the studio spokesperson wrote, as we approached work on WildStar Reloaded update on September 29th, we decided to revisit some art decisions we made for the game's launch that were based on tech limits, namely within light and skyboxes and viewing distance. These have now been broken, and all lighting has now been improved. And I will be throwing some screenshots into a GroupMe, which will be a before and after, so you guys can see it.
Sweet.
Wait.
And it actually looks really impressive. They completely redone the lighting. It's really impressive.
That does look pretty good.
It looks more purple.
According to
the new ones, is that comparison or both new?
No, it's a comparison, old and then the new. Old first, new second.
Okay.
So yeah, you're right, it's more purple. Less green, more purple.
Well, no, they've also added, there's more fog in the background. The first thing I noticed was the guy's armor is different, so maybe they improved armor too, or not.
It's possible. It's very possible. We are not to know. So yeah, so that's news from WildStar.
Cool.
Oh,
Well, have you
we've
guys
got
done any? Sorry, go ahead.
a question from Odin. Is Zosa's face only a mother can love?
What did Odin ask?
Is Zosa's face one only a mother can love? Question mark.
That was asked a long time ago.
Yeah.
Don't forget who signs your paychecks, Odin.
Yeah.
Lots of zeros. That's all.
Before or after the decimal point. Okay.
Okay, so as far as I knew, Guild Wars 2 is pretty all hyped up about the Heart of Thorns expansion, I believe it is.
Heart of Thorns.
Well, come on then, Zoza, you tell us what's going on.
Heart of Thorns is coming out end of next month. 24th, was it? I would have to look it up again.
So, okay, so like with most expansions, there's usually some kind of a thing that goes along with it, try to pull players back or to get new players to come in. From what you've seen of the stuff that's been going on, what do you think of this expansion, and do you think it's going to have something that maybe not the hardcore gamers are interested in, because I mean they're going to be there from permanently anyway, but what about the casual gamers or people that are coming back? Is there anything there that you think might draw in more people? Something that might give Ordo some interest?
Supposedly they're adding more dungeons. Oh, October 23rd.
Cool.
So they're going to be adding dungeons. I haven't read all the details yet. I was going to pre-order it. I probably still will. I'm actually looking forward more to the new class they're going to add, which is the Revenant. Is a kind of a tanky staff wielder, magic dealer something.
So is it like a replacement for the monk from the original Guild Wars?
Kind of. No, I don't think they do any. I don't think they do any healing though. As far as I know, the healers in Guild Wars use staves to do support magic, and Revenants use staves to deal damage and block.
Okay.
I haven't played a Revenant. I've only seen some clips here and there.
All right, cool. Let's see.
Okay, well, there hasn't really been much more new news, I can say. I mean, it's news, but it's not quite new news.
It's been kind of a slow week.
Yeah, plenty of stuff for Star Wars: The Old Republic, but nothing we wasn't expecting. Class changes for the new expansion, new cartel market items, pretty much. There's nothing really much there to get excited over. I think probably the only thing is Thexan's robes and lightsaber, which are going to be cartel market items that are going on there. Commendations are being renamed, but their values remain the same. Nothing really worth talking about there, although they did recently have the Chapter 1 live stream over on Twitch, which looked absolutely awesome. The story content was fantastic, and I cannot wait to get into this.
Have they done any graphical updates that you've been able to see?
Not that I can see, no.
Okay.
They improved frame rate yesterday. I haven't tested it fully, but it did seem to handle a lot better than it used to.
Interesting. And why is this no longer auto-switching? Okay, never mind. I'll fix it as we go.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah. Do it live as always. Okay, so getting back to WildStar. Zoza. Apparently you have some shout-outs for us.
Okay.
I'm going to poke you about it. Poke.
So, The
Poke. Poke.
Yeah, WildStar has been doing really well. They've been rating like crazy. They have been sticking to a consistent schedule. If you are interested in rating in any game, really, WildStar is one of the top-notch rating groups that I've seen so far. They've been doing this for, what, a year or more now? They've stuck together. They've pulled through. So shout out to them. As
Anybody
for the,
specifically?
I've got a few names, but we'll get some awards out to them, and I'll post those.
Okay.
I closed it, so.
Way to go, Xoza.
Just, the regular raters that are out there. Well done. As for the free-to-play, it's already been mentioned. It's next Tuesday. There are some rumors about having some kind of free-to-play event or party or launch party or something. I may give away some things. And that's it.
Although you can't have his virginity, that went years ago.
I don't think Acti would be very happy about that.
Probably not.
We lost your camera again.
Oh, it's fine. I'm still here. I'm not going to sweat it. It'll come back on its own. Everyone gets to see my very handsome face in my picture, which took me 3 hours to do properly. So, there.
Rawr.
If they don't enjoy it, they can, sue me.
I need
I'm
a
sure
good picture like that.
you know.
What did you say, 3 hours? Oh, I don't have the time. Never mind.
You're just
I'm sure there's a certain
as
honor.
good as me.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Oh man.
Well,
Selfies.
I think that's pretty much it for chapter news, really.
Yeah, I think
There's
so.
just
I mean, there's not.
nothing really new, not unless there's anything from Planetside 2. Because I know they were having that issue with weapon sounds.
Well, I do have some news about. Well, it's not a chapter, but it is a game that we are participating in.
Okay, well, we're going
It's
in the gaming
called-
news. We're going in the
Okay,
gaming
go.
news anyway. So, no, I was going to say we're going in the gaming news anyway. Go ahead and start it off.
Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead first, because I keep forgetting what it's called.
Well, we're starting off with you, Xoza, with like
Uprising.
big.
Okay.
Hey, there we go. We got
Star
it.
Wars Uprising. We have a cartel for Star Wars Uprising. Star Wars Uprising is a mobile game, but it is also a co-op multiplayer kind of game. It's instance-based. It does run pretty light on a mobile device, so it's easy to run. It doesn't eat up a ton of battery. I've played it for 6 hours and maybe got my battery down to 25% on S4. So that's pretty good. And no, I totally didn't do that at work.
Sure.
And you can play it. You can do co-op dungeons with people, or you can do the timed, send your people out to do something and let it go for a few hours and still contribute to the cartel.
I did one of those crew missions today. One of my crew members died.
I just got those crew missions, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to send my people on. I've got some
Send the most
people that I want
expendable.
to keep. No, yeah, okay, but that won't succeed. That's the issue. They're so low level that there's no way they'll be coming back. And then I risked sending my higher people, but it was at 80%, 85% chance of success. So yeah, that wasn't hard.
Odin also says they added a new continent in air quotes. It's only for people under BR15.
Oh, on planet side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
let's see. We have a couple of questions. Let's highlight
Yes.
that one. Why is it Xoza is always too busy to do anything with us anymore?
I'm too busy to answer that question.
Okay, next question.
And why did it take me 3 hours to do that picture? I was bored. There we go. Question answered.
All right, and the next question comes from Angelin. Oh, yeah. You answered that
Yeah,
already.
just done that one.
Okay.
Way ahead of you. Catch up. Wake up, man.
Yeah, well, that's what I get for working 19 hours a day.
You're fired. You're
Yeah,
fired.
I know it.
So, game news. Xoza. You have a couple of little announcements for us, don't you?
I do. At the end of the OrdoCast, I have 3 Rainbow Six Siege beta keys to give away, and I have 3 basic humble bundle bundles to give away that has the Rainbow Six beta keys in it.
Awesome.
So we got 6 total, but 3 are...
3 are just keys, and then
the other 3 are humble bundles with keys.
Basic humble bundle. So it includes, I think it was the first 3 or 4 games, plus the beta key for Siege.
Okay.
Sweet.
Odin wants to know, was it Biggs or Wedge that died?
Both of them? Wasn't it?
Well, we know Biggs bought the farm. In a quite undramatic way.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know, did Wedge die?
No, Wedge did not die. He's because in the Star, if you remember the Death Star run through the channel, Wedge takes a hit to the engine, and Luke says, "Get out of here, Wedge. You're no good. You're no use to me back there." And he pulls up and buggers off.
Good point.
By the next movie, they're probably already dead anyway. So why?
Very true.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Actually, Wedge will probably still be alive. To be honest.
Angelin's saying that Xoza looks nervous when he's speaking, and I was going to say, yeah, it's because it's the first time he's actually done something like this live with us on cam.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of thinking involved, and the same thing happened with Ezva and I when we first started doing this stuff. It's hard. There's a disconnect between your brain and your
I don't do improv very well.
Yeah. So you get better at it over time.
Depends on the situation and the questions.
Yeah, you do get
and
better.
The people poking me.
Yes, and keep in mind too, we're giving Xoza a really hard time. We're not being very nice. We're actually giving him a really hard time to kind of break him in a little bit, because we do plan on having him come back more often. So we're trying to get all the first night jitters out of the way and get the stage fright out of the way and get him to understand how this is going to work. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure involved. That's right, Angelin. So he's doing fine. He'll loosen up. He'll loosen up a little bit as time goes on.
I feel like I should be playing
just takes a
Queen
while.
right now, under pressure.
Under pressure.
Okay, so you guys heard it here first.
Well,
Remember, 6 huge keys to give away, plus some basic humble bundle packages.
Stuff. Yes.
Things.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, I'm curious about this new continent that Planet Side. Oh, I get it. I think.
You think?
That's for Planet Side 2, the new continent, quote unquote. Maybe that's a basic training area.
Did you really just do air quotes?
Yes, air quotes.
We won't judge. We won't judge.
No, we'll just call you Tricky Dick from now on. If anybody in this audience is old enough to get that, I'm going to be real surprised. Kavi wants to know, are we sure we're getting better? Because from where she says, we're sure as fuck not.
I don't have time to answer that question.
Compared to the first time that I did the OrdoCast, what was it, 3 years ago?
Oh, yeah,
3.5 years ago?
In fact, let me pull up the Ordo board and I can tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, and it was rough. I kind of sat there and had that deer in the headlights look that Zoza's giving you guys now, because it was the spitballing thing was really hard to do, and it was hard to really kind of come up with things on the fly and talk about it. And a lot of the questions that I was getting asked at the time, because it was I had just gotten on as part of the Praetorian Guard. So there was a lot of stuff, because when we had just gone through the trials, we were gearing up to go through another set of trials, and there were a lot of questions about what the guardsmen were like and what the trials were like, and a lot of that stuff was, I don't want to say it was classified, but it was one of those things, it pertained to operational security, and in those days, it was different than it is with you guys now. So there was a lot of stuff that we did that we couldn't talk about. So I had to try to figure out ways to dance around it and answer the question without making it sound like or feel like I was trying to dodge the question. And Zoza's kind of going through the same thing right now. He's trying to figure out. That's what he's doing. He'll get better as time goes. I promise.
And an OrdoCast fun fact for you: Zoza's very first appearance on the OrdoCast was the 30th of August, 2011, and he appeared with myself, Acti, Cerberus, and Beowulf.
Wow, that was 4 years ago.
Episode 9 was 2011. What episode was I in?
7, I believe. 7 or 8, something like that. Or 6, might have been.
I think all these links are dead.
Yeah, it was 6.
Kavi says to remind you that she's not gonna have time to post anything for you.
Okay.
Is there anything else you guys want to know while we're kind of sitting here shooting the shit, going through, or while they're digging stuff up? Any other questions you want to ask? This is basically an AMA, so if you guys want to ask Xoza anything, you want to ask me anything, you want to ask Rick or Esfa anything.
Not that you can't come to me directly at any time I'm on TeamSpeak, but...
Yeah.
Whether you'll get an answer out of him, though, that's another question.
Yes.
Don't worry, I have time to answer your questions.
Unless your name's Kavi, and then he's just going to say he doesn't.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I mean, seriously though, I mean, if there's anything you want to know, there's it's no holds barred. So if it's one of those things that Xoza can't talk about for whatever reason, then he won't. But other than that, oh hush! You know what I'm talking about. But if you guys want to know anything, ask anything at all. Angela says that Xoza and Kavia look like they've been married in a past life and then divorced.
What?
He says you two fight like an old married couple. Basically is what he's saying.
Sigh.
Ezra's over there biting his hand from laughing too loud.
I'm saying nothing.
Says the old married man in the group.
Let's see. Another question from Kavi. Where do you guys want to see Ordo head in the future? It wasn't directed at any one person, so I assume it's for all of us.
Well, Xoza, you're the visionary. Where do you want to see Ordo go in the future?
Except
Everywhere.
total world domination, obviously.
Yes, world domination. No, I mean, there are a lot of anywhere people want to go. I mean, it's not a cheap answer, but the community makes this. The members of the community make the community. So I will go where people want to go.
I think what Kavi is asking is, I mean, I know that, I mean, Ordo's always kind of.
What I foresee as the future?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically with you at the reins, even though it's very much community driven, where would you like to see it go in the future? Are we you just want to keep it like a, just strictly a gaming guild or a gaming community? Do you want to expand a little bit to things like trading card games or Dungeons and Dragons and that kind of thing, or do you want to keep it strictly PC? Do you want to expand out into consoles, or is there some other direction that you would like to see Ordo go in as far as technology goes?
If consoles had more support for communities like ours, we could go a console route, but PC gaming is still the big powerhouse of gaming.
PC Master Race.
Yes.
Hashtag.
And with the prices of PCs and the balance in technology and crap, what's the word? Wow, I lost myself.
It's okay.
I think those are
Optimization. With optimization and prices of computers, PCs are still, it's still the top of the line.
Okay.
Hey, well, a question from Mission. Will Ordo ever go back to SL?
Now let me just add something to that. If it does, in what capacity would you like to see Ordo go back to Second Life?
Because I know the Ordo group's still there because I'm in it. And I know it has its share of pretenders as well, because I've run into quite a few people claiming that they're Ordo and they've got the group, but it's not the Ordo group.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I always get very irate at that, and I always rip them a new arsehole.
So we know we're not going back to the military community because that's basically beating a dead horse. So for you, Xoza, if we would you ever plan on taking the Ordo back to Second Life? And if you did, what would you want to do with it there?
Probably not. Second Life has potential, but it's not really an Ordo thing.
Not anymore. So there's
not
unless
anymore.
something major changes, there's no chance we go back.
There are little things here and there that we can get involved in as a group, as a community.
Mm-hmm.
But the military community in SL, it was pretty fragmented when we left, and as far as I've heard, it's still fragmented.
It's pretty vitriolic too.
Yeah, but when it comes down to other happenings in Second Life, they're
Ordo clothing line.
we still sell weapons.
Oh, I know. I bought one.
I don't know if it's. I think Titan Industries is still there.
Yeah, it is.
Titan Industries was Ordo's development, civilian development stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Weapons and gear and stuff like that. Now, the developers have kind of broken off of Titan, and they have their own little shops now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ms. Sean's also asking, when Fallout 4 becomes a thing, when it's actually released, is there going to be? Are we going to have any kind? Are we going to be playing as a group? Are we going to have multiplayer? Do you have any plans for that in the future?
Fallout 4?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is multiplayer at all.
No, to be honest, I haven't actually heard anything about
I don't think it is.
And yeah, don't ask me why I'm sitting here twiddling a paintbrush either. I just
like most Bethesda games, I think it is just a single-player game. If it does have multiplayer options, then yay.
Well, keep in mind that this Fallout 4 is coming to PC, and Skyrim had the multiplayer mod that was built. So I think what Michonne is asking is if somebody were to create a mod for Fallout 4 that would allow for multiplayer, would that be something that Ordo would be interested in?
If there are multiplayer options, yes. At least I would be interested in it. We're an online community. We play multiplayer games all the time. So if that's going to be something everyone's interested in, go for it.
Okay.
I'll be right there with you.
Awesome.
Fallout 4, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's going to start out as a single player. I don't think they have any plans to add multiplayer because they make a lot of money off of the single player games already. Skyrim, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3. Yeah, and yes, I will play with you guys.
Awesome.
Hold on.
Cool.
Angelin's trying to... Okay, yeah, multiplayer, yes. Fallout 4. If it exists, I will totally be on that.
Awesome.
Valos, a.k.a. the Shiny Princess, is going to know if there's going to be any Ordo action on Star Wars Battlefront. Are we going to have a clan or whatever the equivalent is?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Go Espa!
Yes, and yes. That actually leads me in perfectly to the next thing in the gaming news. The Star Wars Battlefront beta starts on October 8th, and I'm not going to be playing the beta. I can actually tell you that right now because there's nothing different than what was in the pre-alpha test, which was Walker Assault, Assault on Jakku, and
Why are you playing with a paintbrush?
and Tatooine Survival, I think. So there's nothing really new there from the closed alpha I was involved in. So I already know the game modes. However, Walker Assault is fantastic. It really is. It's absolutely amazing. The graphics are superb, and definitely an Ordo thing. It is very tactical in a lot of ways. Everyone needs to be working together to win, especially in Walker Assault when you only get a certain amount of time with either an AT-AT or an AT-ST or TIE fighters, while everyone else is trying to assault Echo Base as well, or defend Echo Base. It's definitely something very tactical, and it's right up Ordo Street as well. So I'll encourage anyone to play the beta when it goes live. It's an 11 gig download on PC. It's a 7 gig download on PS4 and Xbox One, which means, in other words, play it on PC. It's going to be better graphics, better gameplay. Definitely get involved with that. It's open. It's open to anyone. Anyone can join it, but you will need Origin to download it, and you can preload on October 7th. Okay. But yes, it will definitely be an Ordo thing.
Mishan went back and he kind of rephrased a little bit. I think there's a bit of a translation thing going on from Swedish and English. I think what he was asking, and I think I answered it in GroupMe, but just so you guys that aren't seeing it there, he's wanting to know if we're going to do a playthrough like you and I did for GTA 5. So you actually going through the story and doing a commentary and that kind of stuff. I gave him the link, the hitbox.tv/ESFA. So he can keep an eye out for the live stream for that, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to get it and do it myself as well.
I won't be doing Fallout. Yeah, I haven't.
I'm doing. That. You haven't?
No, I haven't pre-ordered that. To be honest, the only Fallout game I've even played was Fallout 2.
I will be doing Fallout 4, and I do some playthroughs. I've already done one, and I'm halfway through another right now. So.
I might do Battlefront when it comes out, but again, it's not something I'm going to rush out and get because
Empire for Life.
We'll get to that in a second.
I would say Empire for Life, but this version of Battlefront, I will admit, I'm leaning more towards the Rebels.
Yeah, it like Battlefield, it just depends on what side you get thrown on. So
yeah, true.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm with Angela on this one. I'm not going to pre-order. I will wait basically until after the game's been out for a little while, and then I'll buy it after all the day one bugs have been worked out and the patches.
Yeah.
This is Bethesda. We all know every game Bethesda has ever put out has been an absolute unmitigated fucking disaster. Then even years afterwards, I mean, if you go back and take a look at Morrowind, for crying out loud, it still doesn't work.
True.
without the community going in and patching and fixing everything, because that's just the way Bethesda rolls. So I'm not going.
Even then, I think there are. I don't pre-order many games, and there are very few video games that I'll pre-order. One of my first pre-orders was Assassin's Creed 2, and then I pre-ordered Assassin's Creed 3, and I was done with it after they released another one a year later.
I think the last game I pre-ordered and went to the midnight release for, and I regretted it ever since, was Battlefield 3.
Yeah, I won't be doing. It is very, 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 very rare that I will ever pre-order. The only game I've ever pre-ordered was Witcher 3, but that's because they had a very. I mean, it's got a long history to it, and it's one of those games that I knew that if they fucked it up, it would be fixed within 24 hours because they care about that game. That there's a lot that goes into that.
They've got a good track record. Isn't it their only game too? So.
Well, that's one of, but it's one of the. It's also one of those things. I mean, I think they've got other games, but the way they've treated the games from the original Witcher to Witcher 2, and then now with Wild Hunt, they've shown a lot of respect for not just for the game, but for the franchise as a whole, and they've been building the characters and the stories throughout all three games. They didn't treat it like Dragon Age did and fuck up the second one. I mean, they tried to experiment a little bit, but they didn't go hog wild. They changed just enough things to make everything kind of neat and happy. And then you had Inquisition, which had some serious bugs in it when it first came out, which were fixed within the first couple of weeks. Witcher 2 had a couple of bugs when it came out, but nothing major, and it was fixed within 24 to 48 hours, and they've stayed on top of it ever since. And then Witcher 3, I think, went down almost without a hitch. I think there was one little bug somewhere where an enemy wasn't spawning correctly or something.
Probably a side quest or something.
Yeah, it was something like it had something to do with the drowners or something. It didn't work right. And we got a little bit of a discussion going on in the OrdoCast live room. There are now with you guys that are talking about it. Basically, there's a debate going on between to pre-order or not to pre-order. There are people like Angelin who are 100% against pre-orders whatsoever, period, in the story. There are people like me that are reserved about it. As much as I love Dead Space, which was an amazing game, the second one was a really cool game. I had fun with that. It got EA-ified. And then when Dead Space 3 came out, they fucked it up the ass. You know, all those stupid in-app purchases and all that crap that they pulled.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and then they did the same thing with Metal Gear Solid 5. Konami just they butchered the game, fucked up the ending of the game, and then traded that off for, microtransactions and a broken online system. It was supposed to be similar to Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, where people could invade your world and that kind of thing. Apparently, it's broken all the shit. So, that's the kind of the way I sit on it, because all you have to do is you just have to go back a couple of months, take a look at Arkham Knight. It was released fine on PS4 and Xbox, but the PC port was absolutely fucked.
You still have your ass about that, don't you?
Well, no, it's not that I got to burn up my head. I'm just what I'm saying is when you've got a development community and mentality of fuck it, they're gonna fucking order it anyway. You want to go back a little bit further? Go back and take a look at Evolve. They had day one DLC and all that freaking microtransaction stuff ordered before the first picture of the game had even been released.
That was that's shit.
Okay, you want to go back a little bit further? Let's go take a look at Colonial Marines. Look at the pre-order disaster that went through.
That was just a bad game anyway.
Well, right, but the thing is, though, the way they hyped it and the way they built it up, they had all this they had a shitload of money coming in before anybody really knew what the game looked like, and the only examples we had were from E3 of stuff that was basically a tech demo that they were peddling as an actual part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it's only snowballed and gotten worse since. And look at all the Assassin's Creed stuff, all the pre-orders that happened with Unity. We know what a fucking disaster that was. And again, had the EH microtransaction bullshit in it. So I mean, Angelin's got a point. It's a bad idea to pre-order unless you know for a fact you can trust it, like Witcher 3. I pre-ordered it because I knew I could trust those guys, without a doubt. And if they fucked it up, they don't have a problem giving your money back.
Right, okay.
Sorry. Welcome to the OrdoCast, Xoza. I get to rant for 25 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So
There's one pre-order. I mean, the Assassin's Creed pre-orders that I made, I didn't have any problem with those, but those were old Assassin's Creeds. They were before all the... I mean, not before, but they weren't released with extra crap on the side that you had to pay for. The most recent pre-order I ordered was Watch Dogs, and I thought I enjoyed that game. I thought that was good. It didn't have... I don't recall any bugs, to be honest.
No, there weren't too many. And to answer your question, Angelin, yes, I have a cat, and yes, he's right here.
And no,
I
you
should
don't
go
have
do
a
my
cat cam because that's all there would be on this would be cats.
Yes. Hi, buddy. Say hi.
Oh, she's right there.
Let me go get my dog. It needs some exercise.
See her, maybe?
Hi, Tally
A
Cat.
little bit.
That's it. All the cast is over.
Catcast. Go.
So, let's move on because we still got some gaming news to do.
Yes, we do have gaming news.
Keisho, this one is down to you, I believe. You got some news for us about Alien Isolation. Fantastic,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yes. Now, we were talking about another game that a lot of people pre-ordered and were not disappointed with. This is probably the one game that has saved the Alien franchise for a lot of people as far as gaming is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
As in Aliens franchise?
Yes. Yeah, the Ridley
Okay.
Scott Alien stuff, okay? From the movies and all that jazz. Now, Alien Isolation.
Did
which is
you actually
probably
play Alien Isolation?
Yes, I have played Alien Isolation.
So that means I'd have to explain
It
the
is.
story. Yay!
Yes. Alien Isolation is amazing. Okay, basically, for those of you guys who haven't played the game, and there's no spoilers here because if you've watched any of the freaking movies, you know exactly how the game ends.
Exactly.
Basically what happens is Alien Isolation picks up with Ripley's daughter, her actual daughter.
Yeah, because it takes
it-
place between Alien and the Aliens, doesn't it?
Yes, Alien and Alien 2, right. Her daughter is riding the corporation's ass, wanting to know where her mother's at because she should have been back by now, and the Nostromo hasn't returned. So her daughter, Ellen, I think her name is, if I remember right, is trying to find out what happened. So one of the guys from the corporation says, "Hey, you know what? We've got some information about your mom. Come with us. Go to this place, and we'll go pick it up for you. We've got some of the data pod that they picked up." So this is another one of those games that a lot of people pre-order. They were afraid to because they were afraid it's going to be an Alien an Alien Colonial Marines thing. Turned out really freaking well. These guys sat down and they rebuilt the world from the Ridley Scott movies and duplicated it inside the game. They made it feel like an Alien movie that was it was a 60 some odd hour game. Yeah. And they really did a good job with it.
What I loved was the whole concept was the fact there was only one alien.
Yes, they went back to its roots. They went back to the roots.
One alien, and it was you trying to survive and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, it was very claustrophobic. So this kind of brings us up to the news that I was going to talk about. The guys that created Alien Isolation have finally opened up Alien Isolation to Mac and Linux. So if you guys own a Mac or if you guys own a Linux system like I do, you can finally get the goddamn thing, download it, and play it. And we'll put the link. Actually, let me grab the link real quick, and I'll throw it in GroupMe if you guys want to go check it out.
And seriously, get it. If you like the films, you will not be disappointed in this game. You will not be disappointed.
So it's coming out sometime next week.
I have to admit I haven't seen all the films.
If you've seen the first one, that's really all you need because
I've hardly seen the first one.
go watch it.
Maybe on TV a little here and there, but that's it.
You're fired.
Alien is one of those few movies. It's like Star Wars. It's 30 some odd years old, and it still holds up today as well as it did in 78 or 79 when it came out.
My favorite Alien franchise franchised game was the original Alien vs. Predator.
AVP was fun. Yep.
Yeah.
In '94. That was epic.
It
That was one of my first.
Mashan says you looked horny while you were listening to the Alien about the Alien Isolation stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, I put the link in the GroupMe chat. If you guys want to go check it out, it's got all the details are there. Go check it out. You know, I very strongly suggest getting it if you haven't gotten it already.
Angelin, you're fired.
You've got news for us.
Yes. Now, for those of you guys who are not really into first-person horror kind of stuff, which is basically what Isolation is, it's first-person horror with FPS elements in it. Arma 3 is going to release a beta map editor, which I will also post.
Looks
pretty chat. Yeah, it looks really, really good. So it looks like they're kind of starting to relax a little bit more, and they're opening up more of the base code for modders to get in on top of. So if you guys want to put something together, you know, if you guys can come up with a really good map, you know, PvP map or PvE map or whatever, throw it together and put it together, and then stick it on the forums and let us go check it out. And we may actually be able to throw a server up for a little while and go do like an Ordo night and just shoot the shit out of one another and get work off some frustration.
In Arma,
I'd live stream it.
We have an Arma 3 server that we could run.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's still running. So
probably. Mashan has requested that we tell everybody where we are and what time it is locally, so he has an idea of where the three of us are compared to Sweden, where he is.
GMT 0 UK, and it is 4 a.m.
It is Mountain Time and 9 a.m. here, or 9 p.m.
Yeah. And I'm the odd one out. Right now it's 11 p.m. 2300 hours Eastern Standard Time. I'm on the East Coast, just outside of Atlanta.
So there you go, Mission.
Yep.
Talking about time zones, I had an idea yesterday that I would like to add to our forums.
Uh-oh.
That will make this stuff a lot easier. It's called a world clock.
Oh no, Xoza's dabbling with time travel now.
Oh,
yes.
Geez. I don't think Doctor Who has anything to worry about just yet.
Haven't you given Mercury enough power?
Yeah, anymore. She's going to start taking over, man.
I mean, people are already worried that she's gonna crack our freaking random generated geometric algorithms and get the launch codes.
That's what she claims. She's already got them.
Notice
I
how
just have her on repeat.
Very.
Okay, so go ahead. Tell us about the world clock. Why do you want to add a world clock?
No, it's just a random idea that I came up with yesterday. Just put a world clock on the front page of the forums.
Cool.
Kind of right above the countdown timers, so people can look at it and be like, oh, if somebody posts Central Time, they can figure it out right there instead of having to mess with it.
Right.
And
okay.
yes, I said speed, and the only reason I said that is because I know it drives you guys crazy. I've got some friends of mine that are Swedes, and it drives them up a freaking wall when I do that fucked up German-esque sounding stuff with Sweden. So yeah, I was just trolling you, Mashan. That's all. World clock, Angelin, means basically that it'll show all the different time zones. So what you can do is it'll show you what time it is in your particular time zone, and then you can count back or forward to whatever time zone you're trying to figure out whoever else is in. So if you're in Greenwich Mean Time, then you can, and I'm East Coast time. That's East Coast is GMT -5 most of the time. Sometimes it's GMT
So, for instance,
-6.
if it's 12 midday GMT, it's 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I keep dropping that damn paintbrush. I don't even know what I'm doing with it. It's just there. And I dropped it again.
So let's see. I've got that.
And Valos says we need more armor. I agree.
Yes, if it didn't run like a potato on a hamster wheel.
I find it actually runs quite well.
I'll look over our Armor 3 server and see what the details are, and if people want to mess around with it, or if they have custom maps or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Play with it.
So we have
Up
some
next
more gaming news. Yes, Drew Karpyshyn. A lot of you guys might know the name, especially if you're Mass Effect or the Old Republic players, or even read a lot of sci-fi novels. Drew Karpyshyn is returning to BioWare. He has designed and is writing credits along, which go way back to Baldur's Gate 2, Knights of the Old Republic, Mass Effect, Mass Effect 2, and Star Wars: The Old Republic, and he is now back.
Oh wait, he didn't do Mass Effect 3?
No, isn't it?
No wonder.
Now, I do have a quick question. Now, is this the same guy that wrote the Bane novels?
And
The last name is very similar.
Drew Karpyshyn, he wrote...
His website has some Star Wars characters and Mass Effect characters on it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. He wrote...
Chaos Unleashed. The Old Republic.
He did. He wrote Baldur's Gate 2, Star Wars, Darth Bane, Path of Destruction, Ruler 2, Dynasty of Evil. He also wrote The Old Republic Revan and The Old Republic Annihilation. This is the guy that basically bridged the gap between Knights of the Old Republic and The Old Republic. This guy made the entire Revan story.
Darth Bane, Rule of
in the Old
Two.
Republic. Yep.
Yep.
And-
That's what Path of Destruction.
Okay,
Rule
yeah,
of
it
Two.
is Darth.
And he wrote
He's
my
got all
favorite
of
Star
them.
Wars novel, Annihilation. This guy made Theron Shan.
I thought Rogue Squadron was your favorite one.
Nah.
Your favorite character is Theron Shan?
No, that's my favorite novel.
Oh, okay.
Theron Shan's just one of my favorite characters, because, let's face it, he's James Bond in Star Wars.
Best character ever is going to be Zana.
You would. Do you know what? I'm just going to say it, just for the hell of it. Jar Jar Binks, suck it. I'm going to go.
You would say that, you fucking Wookiee lover.
The best Star Wars character is my character.
Better a Wookiee lover than an Ewok clicker.
I was going to say, I meant to say Ewok, not Wookiee, but that's fine.
Yeah, sure you did. But yeah, so Drew Karpyshyn is back, which he revealed over the weekend on his personal website. And as he says, as of this past week, I am back working at BioWare again. For those who don't know, I spent over a decade with BioWare working on many award-winning loved games like Mass Effect 1 and 2, Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars: The Old Republic Online. And he wrote, a few years ago, I left BioWare to focus on my Chaos Born novels, but now the trilogy is finished, I've decided to come back into the fold. But for those of you who love my novels, don't worry, I'll still be writing more of those too. And anticipating the speculation on the reasons for his return, he said he's not going back to start work on a new project. He continued, I originally came to the Austin studio many years ago to work on SWTOR, and at least for now, that's what I'm focusing on again. So Karpyshyn is back in TOR, so this can only mean he must be writing the later chapters for Knights of the Fallen Empire, the ones that haven't been released yet, or it's going to be another expansion.
What is, besides Tor, what is BioWare working on?
Not really a lot right now, actually. Let's see, BioWare projects.
I wish they'd pick up 1313.
Yeah, no,
That would have been nice.
That's going to be a DICE.
Oh, fuck.
Although that has been stated that Disney will be looking back at previous projects that got cancelled.
DICE isn't that bad.
Or they took over.
DICE is responsible for Battlefield for a lot of the Battlefield stuff. So if they do it, it's going to be a Battlefield clone.
Didn't they? Hold on. I thought they only did Battlefield 3.
They've done several first-person shooters. They've all been Battlefield clones.
They did the Medal of Honor reboot as well.
Better Battlefield clone than a Call of Duty clone.
Same difference.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's a military shooter. They're all exactly the same. They have different skins on
them. Ish.
Ish. So, I mean, 95% of it is exactly the same. There haven't been any really good first-person shooters in 20 years.
The only project worth mentioning that BioWare are currently working on is Mass Effect Andromeda, which is due out next year. And it's going to be on Frostbite 3 engine.
Sweet. Actually, the last great first-person shooter I played was on the original Xbox, and it's probably been about 15 years or so, I guess. Oh crap! It was Star Wars. Trying to see if you guys can beat me to it here before I get it out.
A shooter?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about
Republic Commando?
Republic Commando. That was an amazing game. It was a military-esque. Well, yeah, but there was supposed to be a sequel, but that got fucked all to hell. It's one of the reasons why it was.
It would have been nice to have a multiplayer option too, like a four-man team. That would have been great, but it didn't.
It would have, but I mean, part of the allure to Republic Commando was the way the game worked, the mechanics in it was like having your own squad of Marines. That's the way it worked, So and they weren't stupid; they were smart. They knew when to take cover. They knew when to take shots. They knew when to change their weapons. You didn't have to sit there and babysit them like you do in Battlefield and Call of Duty. They were smart enough. They were smart enough to figure it out on their own and use their weapons and their skills to the best advantage. And then if something came along, you needed them to do something, you could assign whoever you wanted to go do it.
And they knew when to give you shit. And they knew when to give you jokes.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that I enjoyed about it.
It felt. I mean, it was one of the few times in a game where you got attached not just to your character, but to the entire squad as a whole. Each character, even though they were clones, they had their own specific personality. It was one of those things. That was the first time I really got emotionally involved in a game, and that was the first time that I actually felt my heart break at the end of a game because I wanted to fucking know what was going on. What the hell happened to Scorch?
And so Mishan is saying that Republic Commando was one of the few games that were classified as canon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, and it's still considered canon because it doesn't take place after Return of the Jedi. Anything that happened after Return of the Jedi is no longer canon.
Okay. Tor's safe, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Old Republic happened way before. Way.
If they had to.
They had to call in J.J. Abrams to make sure that the story they were writing for Knights of the Fallen Empire didn't affect the story he was telling in Episode 7.
I figured. Actually, I have a suspicion that they're going to be linked somehow.
Oh,
not
they probably will be.
But there's going to be some references somewhere that reference to the movie, and in the movie there are probably going to be some references to the game. It's a good selling point. So
yeah, it certainly is. And the fact that if you buy titles such as Battlefront, and I believe when Disney re-release the original cut of the original movies as they're meant to be, I think when you buy those as well, you get in-game items in TOR relating to Episode 7.
Fun.
So there you go. Also, hey, so get a load of this. New Wolfenstein game seems to be on the horizon.
Oh, please tell me it's a sequel to the one that just came out.
It is. Alicia
Oh my God.
who voiced Wolfenstein, the New Order's Anya, has suggested there's a new Wolfenstein game in the works. Talking to TVM, a Polish news station, she said, "I'm working on a video game, first part of which I've already made. Now we're making a second one, which will take 2 more years. I played this game as a child, and I was very happy when I got to the point where I could kill Hitler." Developer Machine Games and publisher Bethesda haven't yet confirmed a new Order sequel, although creative director Jen Mathis did say they had lots of ideas last year. Chris Thurston liked the New Order quite a bit, though he was less keen on its standalone expansion, The Old Blood.
Mm-hmm.
So, the most recent one was... I haven't played it, but out of all the Wolfensteins, is it the best one?
Story-wise, yes. Gameplay and mechanic-wise, not even close. They tried to go back and go old school with the armor shards and the health kits and the pickups and that kind of thing, but it felt like a modern shooter game. I mean, now the story in it, the characters in it, I mean, they're all memorable, they're all amazing, they're all brilliant. But from my perspective, again, it was just a generic military shooter outside of the story.
Fair enough. So, entertainment news.
Yes.
Yes. So, I'm looking at my little sheet here. New TV series seasons.
Yeah, I put that in.
Yeah, I kind of.
I'm pretty excited for some of the new TV shows that have come out this season. Finally. Yeah. This last season has been horrible and boring. I only watch TV on Hulu or Netflix, so I don't really have, and I don't have cable or anything. But the new Heroes, what is it? Heroes Revolution or something?
Yeah, Heroes Reborn.
Reborn, that's right. Yeah, Heroes. What other TV series are there?
Flash, Arrow,
Flash, Minority Report, Gotham.
Yeah. Supergirl.
Is Supergirl coming out?
Yeah.
Yes, it is a thing.
It was awesome.
Okay. I've only seen a snippet about it. I wasn't sure if it was actually coming out this season. CSI.
NCIS. New season.
NCIS.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The only one of those I'm not really keen on. Well, I've kind of gotten over NCIS and CSI because procedural shows I'm done with.
You're fired. Get out.
Gotham, I am terrified they're gonna cancel Gotham because it's one of those shows that I like. Seems like every time I really get it, like Firefly, I got really invested in it, and they wouldn't fucking cancel it. And I think a lot of people, there's a lot of us that are hardcore comic book types that are afraid they're going to cancel it because it's not focusing on Batman.
Well, so Heroes, when it came out, the first season, and then the second season went downhill. And then they canceled the show.
Mm-hmm.
But they canceled it, as far as I recall, because of the writer strikes. And a lot of shows that I really enjoyed got canceled that season because of the writer strikes.
That was part of it, but a lot of what they did is the second season of Heroes went total trope. And it got really kitschy and really dumb, and it wasn't necessarily the writing. It felt more like the execs at the studios found something they could make money on and tried to squeeze blood from a stone and fucking murdered it.
Yeah, probably. One of the biggest issues of season 2 were too many characters. You didn't have any attachment.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see. What was another one we were just talking that you mentioned too? Minority Report. I've tried to watch it. I'm not really digging it. It feels kitschy, and not in a good way. I mean, Gotham's kind of kitschy, and some of the shows like Arrow and that kind of stuff. They're a little on the campy side, but it's fun kind of campy because it's comic book stuff. Minority Report, I think they're missing the point. It doesn't have that dystopian feel to it like the movie and the book or the short story did. It feels like it feels like one giant advertisement.
It could be just another catch of police crime drama, also.
Yeah,
which a lot of people seem to like.
It's just a generic procedural.
They're basically doing to
But it's-
Minority Report what Caprica did to Battlestar Galactica.
Grabbing it by the nuts and cutting its throat.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
So, this will be fun.
I
This
think
one's
I'll
gonna be
cover
fun.
this one. I'll cover
Yeah,
this one.
I'm just going to let Keisho cover this one. Come on. I'll tell you what, I'll announce it. And then
No, I've got it. I've got it.
On.
No, it's just one of those things where if American politics isn't already fucked up enough as it is, and if American politics isn't the butt of every joke on the planet right now as it is, with the bullshit going on with Hillary and Bernie and Donald Trump, Kanye West and his infinite Kim Kardashian nailing ass has decided he's going to throw his hat in the ring and try to become the next president of the United States.
That's funny. I can't.
I have a couple of quotes for you to cover this. The first one is from Samuel L. Jackson, Pulp Fiction. Allow me to retort. And the second one is, I'm going to quote Kanye West on this. No one man should have all that power. Especially when fucking crazy as he is. Oh my God. I'm moving back to Canada.
I'm coming with you.
This is almost as bad. I don't know if you guys remember 10 or 12 years ago when they had that reality show in California, Who's Going to Be the Next Governor? And it had, what's his name from Webster? Was it Webster? No, it wasn't Webster. It was, what's his name that from Different Strokes? What you talking about, Willis? He was in it. Some freaking stripper chick was in it, and I think Danny Bonaducci was in it. And they were literally going to try to decide who was going to be the next governor of California through that TV show before Arnold stepped in and fucking walked away with it.
Yeah, let's just leave it there.
I'm going back to Toronto because I'm telling you right now, this country is going to fucking hell in a handbasket. I don't give a fuck who wins. If Trump wins, World War III is going to start. If freaking Hillary wins, there's going to be a sex and a race war. And if fucking Kanye wins, oh my, I don't even. He ain't got a snowball chance in hell. But oh my God, I don't even.
I can see the smoke rising from your ears.
I'm not mad. I'm not even salty. I'm really I'm disappointed.
So we're gonna move to Canada, and we're gonna claim some territory and call it the Ordo
Xoza land.
Imperialis
Yes,
domain.
we're gonna call it Xoza land.
No, as you keep telling me.
No, the.
You're fired. So, the man who said that Prometheus was not a prequel for Alien
has now said it's a prequel for Alien.
Decided to turn around and call Prometheus to Alien Paradise Lost.
I quit. I quit.
Yeah.
Gary Coleman, yes, thanks, Odin.
Yeah, so basically, long and short of it is Prometheus 2, which was announced some time ago, was only given the project name of Prometheus 2, it seems, and has now been renamed Alien Paradise Lost. So it turns out that Ridley Scott has decided to turn around and say, well, do you know what? I said that Prometheus wasn't a prequel. Now it is, because we've called the second one. This and this is a prequel.
Wait, wasn't Prometheus? I think I've seen it, but I don't remember which one it was.
Prometheus was the one that took place on LV-423. That should be your first fucking clue. Yeah. LV-426 is where Alien took place, the original Alien. LV-423 was supposed to be a biblical reference to Leviticus 4:23. I'll let you guys go look that one up. It's also where the meme of the Prometheus school of running away from things came from. The ship that was in the movie was the exact same ship from the Alien movie where the eggs were found. And that's where the whole. I'll let you guys go see that if you haven't seen it. Oh my god, it was just so bad. It had Weyland in it from Weyland-Yutani Corps.
Okay,
so you can't sit there and fucking tell me that it's not a goddamn prequel when you're using everything there, including the names, and then just no.
Fire Extinguisher for Keyshow, Table 1.
So I have seen it.
So yeah,
nothing to do with Alien is now an Alien movie.
Yeah. So Prometheus and now Prometheus 2 are indeed prequels to Alien.
They ended the motherfucker with an alien, with a chest burster.
That's one. Well, that's one downside that I have noticed about the Alien movies, even though I haven't really seen the entirety of them. Is there's little information as to how they got into their situation.
That was kind of what everybody was expecting with Prometheus, especially with the shots they had of the engineer's spaceship. And it turned into a royal mindfuck. This was a Mulholland Drive kind of weirdness. It was just.
It was a little confusing, and I didn't really get the reference that it was an Alien movie until after the reference came up that it was an Alien movie.
Well, the only people that are really going to get the reference that it's an Alien movie are people that either grew up and have seen all the other movies and know a lot of the lore and a lot of the stuff back to front. I mean, there are people that, I don't know if you guys ever watched or not, it's Kim from the OrdoCast is a fucking die-hard, super hardcore die-hard Alien fan. She got to the point, she actually got to do an interview with Sigourney Weaver when Alien Isolation came out, because they used Sigourney's voice in the game.
Mm-hmm.
This girl knows the Alien franchise inside and out, and when you sit down and listen to her talk about Prometheus, it's straight up no bullshit. It's a prequel, and Ridley Scott he was pulling a J.J. Abrams saying that Star Trek Into Darkness wasn't going to be Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, when it turned out it was Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan backwards. I don't know why Ridley Scott's trying to do that kind of retardation, because that's exactly what it was.
Who knows? Who knows?
And
All right.
Sean, I'll say this for you, Brickleberry.
So, later this year, I believe November 16th, for those of you living in or around the surrounding areas of Anaheim or Orlando, if you are Star Wars fans, you have got something very, very special coming. Disney have announced D23 that obviously we're going to have Star Wars Land. That's being built on the 14-acre site of the Big Thunder Ranch. And it's speculated to open sometime in 2020, so a specialized Star Wars theme park. But this year, they've announced a new special event. It's called the Season of the Force event, which will include Hyperspace Mounting. It's a redo of Space Mountain, but Star Wars style. So you know that's going to be awesome. And also the Star Wars Launch Bay is an exhibit where you get to see studio scale models that we use, see stuff from the upcoming film. There's interactive exhibits like an R2-D2 you can sit down and talk to, Stormtrooper gear you can wear, and things like that. And it looks like it's going to be pretty awesome, but it's a limited time event. And it starts at November 16th. I believe they're also doing an extended version of Star Tours as well. So instead of it being like 5 or 6 minutes long, it's going to be something like 12 or 20 minutes long, depending on which version you do.
Yeah, as far as I know, or from what I've heard about the current Star Tours, is they have multiple versions now.
Yes, they do. You do a run through Endor, Hoth. I believe they still have the trench run. I believe.
I still like the Star Tours reference in Star Wars Galaxies. If you don't know what that is.
But yet they also had a really good reference to Star Tours in the new Star Wars Rebels as well, which I thought was awesome. They actually had the droid from Star Tours in it, flying the ship, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, okay,
Nerd
I think I
moment.
remember that.
Yeah, complete nerd moment right there. So yeah, so the event starts on November 16th and runs through to December. So if you are in the outlying areas such as Ocala or wherever, get to Disney. It's worth it. And I believe they're also going to be showing the completely uncut original version of Return of the Jedi, I believe, at Tomorrowland in both parks.
Cool.
So yeah, so that's awesome. Something for your calendars.
Mm-hmm.
So, looks like we gotta start wrapping this stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can get through this. So come on in, Xoza. You're going to make us all cry now.
Is this black part supposed to be my part?
Yes.
Yeah, that's you. That's you.
You're going
And
to
don't
make us
forget.
Okay, so I guess.
Don't forget, we still got those giveaways to get to do too.
Yeah, I guess. Well, let's answer some questions real quick. Politics. Yes, I know. I'm going to get after them later for that. Can I move in with you guys? Sure, whatever. We'll go to Canada.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We'll move to
And-
Alberta.
No Man's Sky. This is the one I'm actually interested in. Valos asks, so No Man's Sky, what do you guys think? No Man's Sky is as far as I know, it's only on consoles. It's on, oh no, actually I think it's strictly the PlayStation. I haven't looked it up recently, but No Man's Sky is a world-to-world galaxy flyer builder kind of game. No Man's Sky. And, I mean, if it was on PC, oh, it does say PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Windows. So that must have been recently announced that it will be on Windows. What do I think? Yes.
It sounds like it was a timed exclusive, and now they've released the time for the other platforms.
Yeah. If you watch some of the gameplay for No Man's Sky, it looks really innovative. It allows you to go from planet surface running around like you're playing Ark on a foreign planet that has beasts that you've never seen before and plants that you may have never seen before. Jump into your ship, fly off, fly to nearby another planet, land and see completely different terrain, animals if there are any, and there's space combat. It's a single and multiplayer game. Kind of like, I guess, maybe it's like kind of like a spacey, Minecraft-y kind of game. Not voxel boxes, but you'd have to check out the videos.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good idea. Well, if you can find the link for it, we'll throw that into the chat box in the description. I'm gonna knock out the last two things I've got real quick, and then we'll let Xoza do his 6-key giveaway here. If you guys take a look in GroupMe, I just posted that Steam is doing a Warhammer Dawn of War free weekend. All the details are in that link. There's a new Dawn of War game that just came out recently. I think that has something to do with it. It's pretty sweet from what I've seen. I'm a big Warhammer fan. Well, I take that back. I'm a big 40K fan. I'm not necessarily a big Warhammer fan, but I am a big 40K fan. So if you guys want to check that, that's cool. And then the last one is apparently there's a new update from Windows. Surprise.
Yeah, Windows 7 and 8, I believe.
Basically, there's a security update that disables safe disk games in Windows.
Oh, and don't forget secure on DRM disks as well.
Yes. So
and any secure on DRM technology.
Yeah. So basically, if you guys have any games that have any kind of secure DRM, safe disk bullshit, they will not work on Windows 7, 8, or 10 as of this update.
I thought it was just Windows 7 and 8.
No, it's Windows 10 also does not support safe disk by default.
What do you mean by safe disk?
It was a DRM technology. It's called Safe Disk that's been used since started coming out just at the end of XP's lifespan and 7 come out, and Secure on DRM as well. It's just some crap anti-piracy measure that never worked anyway. Like none of them do.
So go buy whatever game you have on disc in Steam for less than $10.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But there are people out there, and then people like me that like having the physical disc. You know, games like Journeyman Project, Journeyman 2, and Journeyman 3, which are, I mean, they're basically point and clicks, but they've got Journeyman 2, I think, has got that DRM on it. You can't find those games anywhere else anymore unless you go to GOG. You can get it there, but again, I still like having those physical discs because it's tangible. It's something there that's. I bought those games when I was a kid because they were fun. The first Journeyman project that I owned was amazing. It was the most fun I ever had on an old Windows computer.
Actually, I think even in classic PC games, the original discs are more valuable than console game discs. Doesn't matter how old they are.
Yeah. Yep, they are. So I think that covers. So like I said, I mean, I'll put the link in the description, all that jazz. So you guys can go check it out and you read up on it, see if it's going to affect you or not. If it does, sorry. I mean, the best I can tell you is probably go to GOG, Good Old Games, and go download it there. Cause, I mean, sure you can get it for a couple of most of those games.
We'll mention though that what this update actually does is it switches off a specific file. It's called the secdrv.sys file. It doesn't completely brick the file. It doesn't kill it in any way. Basically what it does is it turns it off. You can turn it back on if you need to, and I believe there's a guide up on the Microsoft support site for that. So if you are getting affected by this, because they say it's only a small number of users, but then their idea of small number of users is anything from 1 million plus. So if you are affected, just go to the Microsoft support site, and they should have a guide there saying you have to switch it back on so you can play those discs again if needs be.
Cool.
See,
so never.
Professionalism, Squishy. You got to read the article. You got to absorb it, take it in.
I did. I read it.
You skimmed it.
Well, no, I read it. It's just one of those things, just another pain in the ass that I got to go through to go do stuff. I mean, like I said, I've got most of the stuff that it's going to affect. I've either got it on Good Old Games or I've got it on Steam anyway. It just sucks that, you know, you've got this auto DRM system built into Windows 10, and now 7 and 8 are doing it are getting an update that does it. So it's just It's just another one of those things that sucks, is all. It's just another slap in the face of people that have gone out and gotten the stuff legitimately. Yeah, they love the games, and now you can't play them because assholes out there, you know, asshole companies, are wanting to protect IPs that are 25 and 30 years old. They don't even give a fuck about it anymore.
Yeah.
Chances are they don't make any money off of it anymore either.
Right, so they're gonna sit there making it possible for people that do love those games that you can't buy anymore. You can't go get it.
Exactly. But you know what? I'm gonna throw out this week's OrdoCast random YouTube videos. A couple of good ones. One of them is actually quite awesome. I'm not sure how many of you guys have seen. I'm sure Star Trek fans have. Some guy has gone into the Unity engine and completely recreated the Enterprise D.
Yep. Saw that.
Done a complete virtual tour, and it looks awesome. And there it is for you.
It's not a complete tour, but it's pretty good.
Well, for what it is, it's amazing, considering this is all just one thing. It's not procedurally generated. It's not transitioning from one level to another. This is just one straight fly through, and it is amazing. It
It
really
is.
is.
Yep.
Interesting.
Okay. So you're up, Xoza. It's time for your 6-key giveaway.
Yay! Okay, like I said, it is 2 keys, or wow, I can't count. 3 keys to the Tom Clancy Siege closed beta, and then it's 3 Humble Bundle Tom Clancy basic Humble Bundles that have those keys, but they also have, like I said, I think it's 3 of the original Tom Clancy games. 1, 2, 3, maybe Vegas or something. I don't remember. And I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this. I'm thinking that.
Well,
Who added this number?
personally, I think what we should do is Angelin has been amazing for the last several OrdoCasts. I think you ought to let him choose which one of the 2 of those that he wants, and give him one of those. But that's my own personal opinion, just because he's been he's been a really big help, especially getting the chat going and that kind of stuff. He's kind of been our little impromptu moderator, helping us out with the Q&A stuff and helping us do some tests. I think that'd be a really nice thing to do. But that's up to you. You're the boss.
Well,
and don't forget, we're on a 30-second delay.
First things first. Do you, Kisho, or Ezva want one?
We're actually doing the broadcast, so we're out of this. This is not for us.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, we are out of it. It sucks, but we're out of it.
It does.
I have some numbers written down that Esfa and Kisho can see, but nobody else can. Mm-hmm. So I maybe just post in the questions and answers, or group me. One post, a number between 1 and 100.
That works.
And the 6 people that are the closest, I'll do the first. I'll mark every number that I have. I'll have to figure it out.
Okay, well now you want to do it 5 because are you going to give one to Angelin, or how's that going? Or how do you want to do that? Because he says he's already got the 6. He's already got the Rainbow Six Siege key, but I don't know if he Angelin, would you be interested in one of the Humble Bundle keys then?
So it looks like a lot of people already have
the Siege key.
Sorry, Hezrick, that doesn't work, Hezrick.
Okay, well, we've got one from Valos. It says 23.
Yep. Okay, so let's give this 5 minutes to roll.
Okay.
Like I said, say a number between 1 and 100 in your questions or in GroupMe, and.
Okay. Angelin's saying just do it. We'll do it fair for everybody because he just wants everybody to have a good equal shot at it. So I'm cool with that too.
I agree.
All right.
Chances are you'll probably get one anyway.
All right. So right now it's 23:40 by our time. So we'll with a 30-second delay we'll end it at 23:46 Eastern time. So you guys have
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Jump on it. And in the meantime, we're going to sit here and shoot the shit and pick on Nathan because he's a jerk.
Well, that's what we've got Xoza here for.
Yeah, we've picked on Xoza for the last 2.5, 3 hours. I think we could pick on Zevran for a little while now. And it goes dead silent.
Yeah. We need the... what's that song from that game show?
The Jeopardy theme?
Yes. I don't watch enough TV, so names elude me.
You're fired, Xoza.
Too bad we don't have... Zevran just caught up. He goes, hey, wow. Too bad we don't have any music to play in the background, like some intro or outro music that we can play while it's going.
Oh, by the way, if you do play music while you're streaming, or you add music to your YouTube videos, avoid copywritten music, like the plague.
Yeah, we've known that for a while. Now there is a guy out there. Just for the record, this is something that Ezra and I ran into a little while ago.
And NCS?
No, he is really
Okay.
cool.
Because that's what I use. No copyright sounds.
His
His
name
music.
on YouTube is, I'm trying to find it here. Give me a second. It's Family Jewels 7X. Now, if you guys like, heavy metal.
What have we told you about stroking your pussy live on air?
I got a cat. Sorry.
Hi, Tally Cat. She is so nonplussed.
She's like, "What are you doing?"
Put me the fuck down before I eat your face. That's exactly what she's saying.
Yeah.
So if you guys like heavy metal, if you guys are really into death metal and that kind of thing, or if you like OEM like video game music, Family Jewel 7X has it on his Q&A page that you are more than welcome to use his music as long as you give him credit and link back to his page. Now, for some of you guys that don't know, Family Jewel 7X is also who the Completionist uses on his intro stuff. A lot of the Mega Man themes, that kind of thing, that's where that intro came from, was from his page. So he is really super cool. I sat down, I got to talk to him a little bit a couple of months ago when I was first starting trying to do research and stuff, because if you guys noticed, the old OrdoCast stuff, we had to stop using that music because it's, they decided to be jerks about it. But Jules is he's completely cool with it. Just like I said, make sure you give him credit. If you guys want to put something on your intro card, your outro card, saying who it is that you give the music for, and then get a link down in the description, and then put a link up in the video somewhere. Basically, just kind of cover all the bases to get him a little traffic over on his end. He's more than happy to share with it. He's totally cool with it. So you do have an option if you're like me and you like heavy metal.
2 minutes left, guys, to get your guesses in. Remember, a number between 1 and 100.
Yep. Right now we've only got
3.
3.
And there's still 3 to give away. Remember, there's 3 keys and 3 bundles.
Yep. So there's 6 total.
I could just keep them all for myself. Whatever we don't give away, will end up on the AP store for cheap. So.
You got about 45 seconds, guys.
In this case, keys will go first because the beta started yesterday, and it goes until the 28th. So Monday night, I believe. I'm not sure if they're going to have more betas. I think they're probably going to have an open beta, but I am not sure when. I haven't really followed up on much of this.
30 seconds.
Free stuff.
Come on, guys. There's 8 of you viewing, and only 3 of you have done it. Might as well just throw a number in there, even if you already have it, which means you can give it away or sell it to someone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Throw in a number either in GroupMe or into the Q&A section.
Put that shit up on eBay. Scout that shit.
Sell on G2A.
3, 2, 1, time.
Ta-da! You're out of luck.
Did you add 30 seconds?
Yes, I added 30 seconds. That's why I went to 46, because it was 40 when we started. Okay.
So look at that. All of you won.
Okay, so we got
Since
Angela.
there's only... Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, we got Angelin at 42 because, life, the universe, and everything. Vincent Croatia, Vinny said 69 because reasons. Odin came in with 99 red balloons.
Oh.
And then we got Valos at
so then
23.
We got 4.
We got 4.
Yeah, Valos just sneaking in at the last minute.
Under the fucking
Odin.
wire.
So Odin with 99.
Yep. All right, cool.
So let's see. That would be 1 there. 1 there. Obviously spelled correctly. Engine 42.
Math.
Yeah. Math sucks. And Valos with 23.
Okay, so
There you go.
I will get with those individuals and send them their prize.
Giggity, giggity.
Yes.
Whatever.
All right. Okay, so I guess that just about wraps us up.
Yep, it certainly does.
Okay, so this has been Keisho.
Esfa.
Xoza.
And this was OrdoCast episode 10. Oh no, it's Xoza. Check back
Hashtag.
again. Yeah, I was getting to that. Don't get ahead of me. Check back next week for episode 11, Ballistic Strike. And as always, hashtag get Ordo. Let's make it a thing.
Make it a thing.
Oh yeah. So thank you for joining us. I know it's been long and it's Xoza's fault. We're just going to blame Xoza.
Yeah, we're
We
gonna
have to.
Are we actually going to do this every week?
What, the live stream stuff, or blaming you?
Well, both.
Yes, the OrdoCast is going to be live from here on out. I think Rick's or Esfa's already got a lot of the intro and outro stuff set up, so when we actually go post it to YouTube, it'll be like it normally is. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, the OrdoCast is going to be live from now on, and we're probably going to be doing it either on Friday or Saturday night because that's the only fucking time I have off anymore.
You know what? I'm just going to screw with you and make it Thursday nights.
Cool.
Oh, I forgot to mention something.
Uh-oh.
What?
Minecraft. No, never mind.
Go on.
That's right. Yeah, the Minecraft server.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put that in the description too. The Minecraft server's live. We'll get all that stuff down in the description, all that jazz, and Xoza will have it posted up on his profile, most likely, on the forums.
There you go.
I cover it?
I think so.
Cool. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Be safe out there. Don't go do anything that Xoza wouldn't do. And we'll see you next time.
I'm not sure I'd want to do anything that Xoza wouldn't do anyway. Yeah.
All right, guys. This has been the OrdoCast. Like Espa said, hashtag get Ordo. Let's make it a thing.
Come on.
See you next time.
OrdoCast professionalism. This was episode 10. Oh no, Xoza will be back next week, Friday, the 2nd of October, with episode 11, Ballistic Strike. And if you want to appear on the OrdoCast, just hit the OrdoCast thread on the forums and fill out your application. And who knows, we might just put you on the show and terrorize you. And yes, Severin, we're talking about you.
And you don't need a camera, do you?
No, you don't
It
need
helps.
a camera.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining, but you don't need the camera.
Yeah. All right,
So-
guys.
We will catch you next week. Have a good night, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in the world.
Have a good night.
Deuces.
Really?